Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns. This is sitting at 3.5, though there are some hooks that have been taken off the board. There are a couple of threes that are out there, expensive threes in favor of the Cleveland Browns. 39.5 is your total. So I've not been more wrong about an NFL football team in the history of my life than it is the last 3 years of this Tennessee Titans team. I imagine I'll get it wrong again in this game. Look, this Browns defense to me is like, I mean, I think they're top 5, might even be end up being like top 3 when it's all said and done. They have playmakers at every single level. Everybody is good. Everything they do is good. You should see a team where, by the way, Derrick Henry questionable with the toe injury, and even if he does, I mean, he's going to go, but like he's going to be less than 100%. Teams that have been able to get pressure. Ryan Tannehill is the worst. He wilts under pressure. Like he's the absolute worst under pressure. The Browns should be able to be in the backfield left and right. And guess what, Steven? I don't have a bet on this game because that is where I sit right now in all, like everything points to the Browns. Like they should be in the backfield. Tannehill should hand them the ball twice. Like everything, they might not even have to do all that much to win this game and cover this spread, but I just can't, until I see it with my own eyes, I just cannot put it in the account.
I suspect the reason you haven't put it into the account is a quarterback by the name of Deshaun Watson, because that's the reason I haven't put it in. At this point, I thought about it in depth this week. And at this point, I think I would only have Josh Dobbs, Desmond Ridder, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, and Bryce Young below Deshaun Watson at this point. Because through 2 weeks, he's 31st in EPA. He's 26th in success rate. He's second in air yards, which has led to him being dead last in expected completion percentage. Oh, and he's also bottom 5 in completion percentage over expected in the midst of those rankings with Zach Wilson and Justin Fields. The Cleveland offense, 31st in success rate from the second quarter on. So any success they've had in their overall rankings has been bolstered by Stefanski's script in the first quarter of these games. They're behind only Arizona from the second quarter on in success rate as an offense. If you go back to last year when Deshaun Watson came back from a suspension, overall last year, 38th, 39th, and 40th among quarterbacks in success rate, EPA, and CPOE respectively. It's a shame it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. I mean, if you look at Deshaun Watson here, tell me why this isn't the Jets with Zach Wilson and a great defense with a much more expensive quarterback. And if that's my belief of what this team is at this point, not a chance in hell I'm laying 3.5 with a team set up like this. I mean, I don't trust Deshaun Watson one iota at this point, and it is more than just a 2-game sample size this year. This goes back to last year. We have not seen him play good football since 2020. Not 2022, not 2021, 2020. So I am not laying points for a team to win by 4 or more in the NFL with a quarterback like this. I don't care what his name is. I don't care how much his contract is. This is a bad quarterback at this point.
So, Adam, we're going to find out whether he is completely washed or not, because you lose Nick Chubb for the season. And by the way, you can't run against the Titans anyway. Like the one thing you can't do is that defensive line just does not let you run. You can throw all over them. Hell, Derek Carr went for friggin' 305 yards against him. So it's like you can throw all over them. So this is the week, right? This is the week. This is the week we find out, is Deshaun Watson completely washed or not, because he's going to have to throw the ball. They're going to have to throw the ball a ton to have success. You're without your stud running back. This is it. Prove it to us that you're not like the worst contract in NFL history.
Matt gives his take. Steven gives his take. Matt gives the secondary version of his take, and it leaves Adam with that much left to talk about. So I'm going to just say this much for you. Okay. My rating on this game is Cleveland -6, and I haven't bet it. I think this defense is as outstanding as everybody says it's going to be. I am still burned on last week from having played the Chargers and losing that game to the Titans. And so the other side of this is that Mike Vrabel is a coaching edge over Kevin Stefanski. Yeah. So I think the only way that I would consider getting involved in this game is even under 39.5, because I'm with Steven on the idea that Deshaun Watson is playing well. I think it is super hot takey to say that you would only take him over that list of quarterbacks, like hot takey, like talkie, takey,
But like,
to say all of that. No, I mean, no, you had.
Can you
you
show
had your
me
chance.
some results at
You
some
had-
point in the last 720 days, Adam? That's all I'm asking.
I don't have to, because I can show you a guy who was damn near the MVP of the league before he was suspended. I have much more of a body of work that says a quarterback of Deshaun Watson's age is going to be able to perform at a high level than I do the body of work that you're pointing to, which is not even half a season, to say that he's terrible. That said, at this very moment, he's terrible. I can't argue that. I don't think that that means he's going to be terrible moving forward. But as Matt said, if this is the moment, then go ahead and show us, right? This is the
but
spot.
it
where if
doesn't
you're
make
gonna
you
be able
want
to
to
show
bet
it.
him this week, right? Because of that. You need to see it at this point.
I need to see that he can throw against a defense that is asking him to throw the football. But I also am cognizant of the fact that he has not been a match for this Cleveland offense from the second that he got there. This is not the kind of offense that we've seen him succeed with in the past. But now it's on Stefanski, right? Nick Chubb's gone for the year. You don't have your battering ram anymore. So now it's on Kevin Stefanski really and truly to adjust, because you don't have the efficient running attack that made it so clear that you want your quarterback to be able to fit into that. Now he has to tailor it around the quarterback, and we'll see if something changes.
Yeah, last point here that I think has flown under the radar, because just this is such an injury-riddled week, is DeAndre Hopkins got downgraded. Like he was a full participant on Wednesday and then limited on Thursday. So like anytime we see a downgrade in the middle of the week, it's never any good. And he's been talking about he's been battling this little ankle thing or whatever. So that's another weapon that could be down for this Titans team. And even that, I still don't want to go bet the Browns. So if that tells you anything about where I sit in all of this.